Hello everyone and welcome to the...
Jess, can you think of anything that you could use to make an extinct bird in flight?
A what?
An extinct bird in flight.
An extinct bird in flight.
Yeah.
Andrew, I don't know what you're saying.
An extinct bird in flight. Flying.
What? Well, yeah, I know what in flight means, Andrew. Can you give me some more information, please? Maybe some context.
Oh, sorry. I have a customer downstairs whose child needs to make a project for school, and apparently they have to choose an extinct bird and then build a model of that bird in flight.
Did you show them the clay?
We've run out of clay.
Run out of clay?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I couldn't see any.
When I was down there a minute ago, I saw it.
Oh.
Melissa moved it further along yesterday to where where the bee hotels and butterfly swings are.
Oh, I didn't look there. Oh, yeah.
Clay's probably the best to use.
Okay, clay.
If they make a small hole going through the clay bird...
Extinct bird.
If they make a small hole going through the clay extinct bird before it dries, and then they leave it to dry, once it's dry, they could thread through some string and use that through the hole, and then they could use that to make it look like it's flying.
Okay. Yeah.
Do they need to make other things in the scene as well, like plants and grass or something, or just the bird?
Hang on. There's too much information. I can't remember.
Why, if you can't remember, why don't you just write it down?
Because the paper is in the office, and I can never find a pen that works, and I don't like writing.
Well, here, you can use my pen. Here.
No, I
can
remember. Hang on. So they use clay.
Yeah, use clay to make bird.
Extinct bird.
Use clay to make extinct bird.
Yep.
Make hole in extinct bird, big enough to fit string through.
Yep.
Leave it to dry.
Yep.
Thread string through hole.
Thread or string?
What?
Do they need to use thread or string?
Oh, whatever, it doesn't matter.
You said both, though.
No, I said that they can thread through the string. The verb to thread. Like the action of threading something, they could thread through the string.
So should they use thread or string, though?
It doesn't matter, Andrew.
Oh, okay. So you're saying that you can use either thread or string?
They just need something to make it look like it's flying. So if there's thread downstairs, they could use that, or they could use string. Whatever we have in the shop, they can use. It doesn't matter.
Could they use embroidery thread as well?
That's the thread I'm talking about. We don't have any other thread.
Oh, you didn't say that specifically, though. You just said
thread. You were the one bringing up thread in the first place.
Okay, well, I'll let them know.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye. What an absolute palaver. Dear me, I've forgotten where I got to now. Might as well just start again. Just wondering whether I should cut all that out. Probably not. Well, sorry about that, everyone. Let's try that again. Wait, I can hear someone coming upstairs already. Sounds like Andrew's footsteps. Is he coming back already? Oh. He's stopped. No, he's coming up. He's coming up in 3, 2, 1. Here he is.
Sorry, Jess. Did you say that they should make other things for the scene as well as the extinct bird in flight?
I don't know. If I would if I were them, but they might not need to. Andrew, I don't go to that school, so I don't know what they're supposed to be doing.
School. So they don't need to.
I don't know, Andrew. I would just to make it look better.
Yeah.
But if they don't need to, they don't have to. You know.
Okay. Bye.
Yeah. Bye. Again. This is going to be a long day, I think. I don't even know whether to start again because I'm sure he'll just be back again in a minute. I'll tell you what, I'll just reply to the text my neighbour Sheila sent me earlier. She started having lessons to learn to be a conductor. You know when there's like a conductor conducting an orchestra? No idea why. She's never shown an interest in conducting before. Problem is she doesn't have anyone to conduct, so she's trying to get me and my brother to learn instruments. She knows that I used to play the keyboard, so she keeps badgering me to take up playing again just so that she can conduct. not being funny, but I could only ever play one song and not even particularly well. And my brother's never played an instrument before, so we would be quite the trio. I mean, she's already talking about doing live shows at the open mic night that's like local to us. She's given me a flyer and everything. But I cannot think of anything worse. I mean, she won't even be conducting me if I'm playing keyboard, because I'm going to be so stressed about playing an instrument that I'm no good at and haven't played for years, and trying to remember how to read music. I'm not even going to notice her standing there, you know, never mind looking at how her hand is swishing a stick around. Oh.
Jess, she's asking if you'll just make it for her.
Me make it?
Yeah, she already asked Melissa, but she's too busy with all her other craft projects.
Well, the whole point of the project, presumably, is that the child makes it.
Yeah.
But I do like the sound of giving it a go, I have to say.
So... She said that if you do it, she'll buy you some donuts from Donuts and More.
Oh my God, Andrew! What didn't you say? You should have opened with that. Then we wouldn't have had all this Donuts and More.
Yeah. So
Are you joking?
Shall I tell her that you'll do it then, if you like?
Hang on. Do you want to cover for me while I chat to her? Because I just need to check exactly what I need to make, and I need to make sure I'm going to get the donuts.
Okay. I mean, if you're okay with me running the podcast.
Oh yeah, it's fine. I haven't even started properly yet, so you can start if you want. Actually, by the time you've done that, I should be back.
Okay, all right. That's fine.
Right, back in a minute.
Bye.
Bye.
Hello. I'm not very good with arts and crafts, everyone. I'm not very creative, so. Yeah, best I just ask someone who knows. So, I didn't think Jess would go for it, but I know she was playing a video game which she's finished now, so I guess she wants something to do in the evenings now that she's finished that. So, okay, let me see what she wants me to say. Okay, well, let's start with the theme music. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, so found the music. So I'll just start playing. I'll play the theme song, and then we can. Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 33 of the Discount Bookshop podcast. My name is Jess, and as always, I'll be your host for try and think of something new to improvise for this part. If you enjoy this podcast, please give the podcast a good rating, subscribe for more, and share with a friend. Oh, she's put an exclamation mark after friend. And share with a friend. Jess, can you just cut that bit out before? Just a few notices to mention before we start. Head office has asked me, well, I suppose Jess, to read out this reminder to all employees of the Discount Bookshop. By now, all of the summer products should be displayed on the shop floor and in all windows to get the summer off to a summery fun start. Wow. Yeah, Jess, on this sheet, Jess has circled wow and put a note saying, oh no. So, there we go. Not sure if she wanted that read out or not, but here we are. So, yeah, summer products should be out. They also wanted to let everyone know that all staff in stores are allowed to wear shorts this year as the weather starts to get warmer, as long as they are appropriate for work and match the colours of the shop. I'm sure that if Jess were here, she would say that you could take that to mean that actually you could wear any colour shorts because there are so many colours in the shop, when it says colours of the shop. But I think they technically mean you should wear blue or black shorts. Why they don't say that, I have no idea. Did she tell you that her neighbour Sheila is learning to be a conductor? Oh, you can't reply. Well, very random, but I have met Sheila, so it doesn't surprise me. Oh, thank God she's back.
Sorted, everything's sorted.
So you're making the bird
The
then?
extinct bird, yes.
In flight?
In flight, yes. I'll be making it this evening, and we'll have it done by either tomorrow or the day after, depending on the weather.
The weather?
She gave me a budget to buy the stuff I need and gave me a printout of what the teachers are looking for, so all ready to go.
They're probably looking for the children to have made the models themselves.
Yeah, but in the wording of the task, they say that it needs to be made. They doesn't say who has to have made it.
Right.
So in theory, it could be anyone making it.
Right.
It's cheeky, but it's all in the wording of it. Speaking of which, did you read that notice about being able to wear shorts this summer?
Yeah, I read it out.
Because did you notice that it says you can wear shorts as long as they're appropriate for work or something like that, and match the colours of the shop. So really, you could get away with wearing any colour shorts because in the shop there is every colour.
Knew it.
Like even on one children's book, you know the one with the wax crayon rainbow on the front?
Yeah, I know the one.
Yeah, even just on that one book, there's every colour, and that's technically colours in the shop.
Mm-hmm.
What?
I read out that notice to the listeners, and I predicted that is what you would say.
Well, you know, they should have just put that you either need to wear blue or black shorts. What?
Okay, now you've said the same thing that I said.
Yeah, we all spend too much time together in this shop, honestly.
So you know what you're doing with this project then?
Well, it's a bit annoying actually because I spent the weekend having a spring clean in my room at home, and now it's going to be cluttered again for a few days whilst I make this clay model of an extinct bird in flight. I mean, what's that all about?
Do you have room to do it in your room? Or you got to go...
Well, I didn't make space specifically to do this project. I mean, who could have predicted this?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll just do it in there just so everything's together.
Sounds like a plan. I need spring clean too, actually.
Well, when I was spring cleaning, I found some pretty interesting stuff, actually. Some of it I didn't even know I had.
Oh. Wow.
Like, you know, I was saying that I really wanted a nice pen pot because I used to have a really nice yellow one. Okay, you obviously weren't listening, but I really wanted one, and I couldn't find one as much as I liked my old one anywhere.
Yeah.
But I found my old one when I was spring cleaning.
Oh, where was that then?
It was just down the back of my desk.
Oh, well.
I also found a really embarrassing letter which I'd written to the cast of a musical which I loved, and I hand-delivered it to the stage door in London.
What?
There was this musical which I absolutely loved called Greeting Basket Company.
Was it about a greeting basket company?
Kind of, but not really. It was about someone who starts a new job, and then when she arrives on her first day, they give her a greeting basket with like chocolates and tea and coffee and hand cream in it and stuff. And she really loves it, but her favourite thing about it is the basket itself because she loves wicker. Anyway, she loves the basket so much that she sets off on a mission to find out who made it. She gets into some trouble, makes some mistakes, learns some lessons, but do you know what? Ultimately, finds... actually, wait, should I spoil it for you?
I'm not likely to watch it.
Okay, well, you don't need to know what happens at the end. I don't want to ruin it for anyone else. But I loved it because it's funny and clever and witty, but also a bit scary at times and dramatic, you know. It's got everything, and I loved the cast, and I'd listen to the cast recording over and over again. And I was going to London to see it, and I thought I'd write them a letter. And when I was spring cleaning, I found the photocopy of the letter that I took. You know, I took a photocopy before giving it to them.
Do you think they read it?
Don't know, probably not.
But you're embarrassed by it?
Well, it said things like, I appreciate your work so much, and
oh my God.
How amazing to get to see such a fantastic show in its final form. I mean, what does that even mean?
Wow.
What was I thinking? Do you know what? And another thing I found was a scrapbook I made when I was at school. And speaking of school, yet another thing I found was my old school reports.
Oh, I have no idea where mine are. Probably chucked them away or something.
I brought in 3. Do you want to hear them? Well, I mean, what I'm saying is I'm going to read them out for the listeners, so are you going to stay and listen?
Okay. I'll stay and listen.
Okay, well, let me just get them out of my bag. Okay, so it's 1, 2, and
so
3.
much random stuff in your bag.
Okay.
Zip.
Okay, here they are.
Why did you bring 3?
1 for each school I went to.
Why did you go to 3 different schools?
Andrew, we've been through this before.
Have we?
Yes, because in my town growing up, we had first school, middle school, and high school.
Oh,
so 3 different schools.
Yeah, sorry, I remember now, because then I said that my cousins went to first school, middle school, and high school as well.
Yeah.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah, I remember you saying that. I brought the last report of every school. So here's my school report from year 4, my last year of first school. Yeah. So I would have been about 8 at the time.
Burgundy.
Yeah, burgundy.
That's a good logo.
Yeah, it's quite cool.
What does it say?
Well, this one's a bit different because I only got a report from my teacher because she, first school, like, she taught me for everything.
Right. I think that was the same for me at primary school, actually.
My teacher was called Miss Carey, and this is what she said.
Miss Carey.
She said, Jess is a delight to teach overall, but can have a tendency to get distracted if sitting close to friends. She's a very creative individual who cares about others and is always willing to help anyone who needs it. Jess shows great skill in PE, especially running, and spends many of her lunch breaks perfecting her cartwheels on the field. She always shows up to choir practice on time and is a valued member of our recorder group. Jess is always polite, and her reading and writing are on track for middle school. I wish her all the best in middle school and hope that she continues to develop her skills and interests as she then moves on to high school.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah, I was a good student.
She sounds like a good teacher. What's her name again?
Miss Carey. Yeah, I liked her a lot.
That's nice. I don't think I liked any of my teachers.
Oh, I would just like to drill down into a little bit of the content of the report, though, if I may.
Well, you're most likely going to do it anyway.
I did get distracted when I was near my friends. That is true, to be fair. But what's also true is that they had crisps I really like. And we all used to take different packets of crisps for lunch and then swap with each other. So we all ended up with a kind of crisp buffet where we'd have like one from one packet, one for another packet, And sometimes we used to do that during a lesson so that by the time it got to lunch, we already had the crisp buffet, prepared and ready to eat, like in our own crisp bags.
Right.
Andrew, you can't be spending precious minutes of your lunch break figuring out who gets which crisp, which one's bigger, if it's a fair swap, etc. The lunch break isn't long enough as it is, so not a single minute can be wasted. So that was what lesson time was for.
Okay,
and when she
enough.
says she's a very creative individual who cares about others and is always willing to help anyone who needs it.
Yeah, I was going to bring that bit up, actually.
Yeah, that bit made me laugh, to be honest, when I read it when I was at home.
I did think, if only you were still always willing to help anyone who needs it when you come to work, helping our customers.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
No.
That's long gone.
What happened there, do you think?
I grew up and realised that some people are just lazy and expect everyone else to do everything for them.
So when that customer asked you yesterday if we had any A4 white card and you said no...
Andrew, they asked me if we had A4 white card when they were literally standing next to the A4 white card.
So you couldn't just tell them that they were standing right next to it?
I could have, but I think that sometimes you need to learn the hard way, that you should just look for yourself instead of wasting other people's time. And if you just looked for yourself, you might actually find what you want, for goodness sake.
So if they just looked themselves...
then they might actually find what they need.
Right, next I'd like to bring up the part where it says... what does it say? Let me just find it. She always shows up to choir practice on time.
Yeah. Always.
And what happened there?
What do you mean?
Well, how come you went from always showing up on time back then to always being late now?
Oh. So moving on to the bit about the recorder.
No, Jess, why are you always late to work?
Because I don't want to come to work, Andrew.
Okay, so what about the recorder?
Miss Carey goes on to say that I was a valued member of recorder group, but I wasn't good at recorder at all.
Weren't you?
I barely even played. I just pretended to play when we were playing in a group and hoped that I never got a solo.
Did Miss Carey know that?
No, and I felt bad about that for a long time.
Well, maybe it's good that you're talking about it now then, I suppose.
Yeah, Miss Carey, if you're listening, I very rarely actually played the recorder in your group, and when you said that I was doing well, it wasn't me, it was Sammy Bromwich playing next to me. It was them, not me. I wasn't good, and honestly, I wasn't interested. I'm sorry.
Then why did you carry on then if you didn't?
Partly out of embarrassment, and partly because I liked Miss Carey, she was really cool.
Okay, well, how about middle school then?
Okay, middle school. Okay, I have more subjects and teachers, but I'm wary of time, so I think I'll just read the comments from my main teacher.
Who was your teacher this time?
My teacher was called Miss Boniello, and she was very nice as well.
Did you like middle school?
I would say out of the 3 schools, it was my least favourite, but I did like it at the time, yeah.
What did Miss Boniello have to say?
Well, this would have been year 7, so I would have been 11 years old. And she said, Jess is a great member of the class and is very focused and driven. Jess always tries her best, even when it's not her favourite subject, and she's always willing to help other members of the class when they need it. She works very well both individually and as a group, and is good at thinking outside the box.
Yeah.
Jess had 100% attendance and has never received a detention or warning of any kind. She's a good influence on other students in the class and is good at making them laugh. She seems to have really embraced drama club as well as sport, and I hope that she continues to pursue both in high school. Good luck to Jess, and I hope that I see her either acting or doing sport one day.
Wow, another nice report.
Yeah, I loved Miss Boniello as well. She didn't just copy and paste the same thing to every report like some of our other teachers did. She actually made them personal.
Did you just like all of your teachers?
Absolutely not.
Right. Anything to comment about that report?
As you heard, this was the school I started doing drama at.
Right, yeah.
I was already into sport before this, but doing drama at school was a new thing for me when I went to middle school.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a lesson, it was just like an after-school club, but I loved it.
Did you do any school plays?
In middle school?
Yeah.
I did one musical in year 5, which was a musical music teacher had written about a singing fruit bowl, if you believe it.
Well.
Very random.
Original, though.
I played a few different roles, including a cupboard, a fork, a cube of melon, and a cube of watermelon. And don't let that fool you, because cube of melon and cube of watermelon were very different parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had to channel very different characters for those. People think they're the same because they're both melon and they're both cubes of melon. But during the rehearsal process, I really got to know them individuals. And let me tell you...
They're very different, are they?
Like you wouldn't believe, Andrew. Couldn't be further away from each other if they tried.
Well, they are both melon.
Well, yes, okay, they're both melon.
What's this about making your classmates laugh?
Well, I wouldn't say that I was a class clown, but I always loved making the person I was sitting next to laugh. Loved that.
That doesn't surprise me, to be honest.
Even now, I just love making people laugh.
Well, shame you don't feel the same about being nice to customers.
No. Did you notice that me being helpful came up again?
I did notice that, yes.
Okay, you ready for high school now?
I am ready.
So by this point, it was year 11, and I was 15 years old.
Yeah.
My teacher was Mrs. Risdall, and guess what?
You didn't like her?
No, she was great as well.
Oh, I want to be annoyed by that, Jess, for some reason, but I suppose that's a good thing that you liked your teachers.
She was really cool. She used to go to London with her husband sometimes at the weekend, and then when she got to school on a Monday, she would like tell me about the show that she'd seen and like the time she'd have in London.
Has she seen Greeting Basket Company?
Do you know what? That is a really good question. I actually don't know. I hope so, because if not, she's missing out.
It's that good?
It's so good.
So what did Mrs. Risdall say about you in year 11?
Okay, so Mrs. Risdall said, Jess is a great member of the class and has been from first starting high school in year 8. She's developed her skills in drama and sport, as well as always trying her best in all other classes. Her pottery exam results and work in general with clay have seen her create some outstanding pieces, which she should be very proud of. Equally, her work in whittling classes has produced some intricate and artistic pieces, which the school has been proud to display in the school gallery. She has shown great promise in orienteering, and her leadership skills as captain of our school archery team and competitive quick sketch. Best of luck, Jess, as you move on to your next chapter. You've been a pleasure to teach. There we go.
What on earth is competitive quick sketch?
It's like when you have a certain time limit to draw something really quickly.
How quickly?
Well, there are different rounds, so it changes, but anywhere from like 60 seconds to 6 seconds.
I thought you weren't good at drawing.
Well, I'm good when you don't have very long, because in that time no one has time to be good at drawing.
And archery?
Yeah.
Pottery exams, whittling?
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
It was a perfectly ordinary school, Andrew.
That is not ordinary, Jess.
Well, so far all of those things have been more useful to me than, say, maths.
How has archery been useful?
Well, when I needed to fling a bin bag full of rubbish into the wheelie bin the other day but couldn't be bothered to go outside.
What, and you used a bow and arrow for that?
No, but I used the same precision that I use with my bow and arrow.
sorry, Jess, you have a bow and arrow.
Yeah, I have a bow and arrow. I think Sheila might have got it for me for my birthday, actually. Needed a new one.
How many have you had?
Oh, God, I don't know. Some.
I cannot believe I didn't know about this.
I still whittle as well, and obviously I'm doing this clay extinct bird in flight project now too, so I'm back to the clay apparently.
Well, Jess, you never fail to surprise me, I have to say.
I don't know why you're making out like this is an ordinary thing to do, because you already told me before that at school you did a tree climbing exam, and that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
So anyway, those are some of my school reports. There was a lot we didn't get into because of time.
Well, why don't you cut everything out at the start which wasn't about the reports, and then you can keep recording?
Nah, I think that's probably enough. We could always do a part 2 if this becomes a popular, episode. We could read out some of yours if you find them, Andrew.
Oh, no idea where they are. Not
or perhaps
a
the
clue.
Listeners have some reports that they'd like to send in. If any school reports. If so, you have any school reports you want to send in, email them to customer services, and maybe we'll do a part 2.
Jess, we haven't done Employee of the Month.
Oh, Employee of the Month is Jasmine Townsend.
Oh.
What?
I thought maybe I could do it.
Oh, well, go on then.
Oh, Employee of the Month is Jasmine Townsend.
Thank you so much for listening. Please take the time to click like, subscribe, give this podcast a good rating, and share with a friend.
Are you going to cut out the bit where you said Employee of the Month?
I'll see you in the next video, which will be customer complaint number 6.
Jess.
You can do it next time, Andrew.
Really?
If I remember.
Okay. Okay, fine.
Alright, thanks a lot.